Dance space FM. Dance space FM.
On the show today, the one and only Joel Plaskett. Hi,
Danny,
Joel.
good to be here.
I seem to remember right when I saw this van,
Yeah.
it was for sale, and I remember getting, like, I saw you tweeted or something going,
You have to get this.
Yeah.
And you did it.
You were in full support.
Yeah, oh, man.
And I was-
I was ready to support the crowdfunding campaign if it had to happen. You know what I mean? I was like...
You encouraged me. And so what's going on? Are you just at this festival as a one-off, or are you kind of on a tour?
I'm
at
here
the
with my
moment?
dad playing. We are playing the where are we going tonight? We're going after we do our song circle in a couple hours.
Yeah.
You know, seeing into the future. I go to Sudbury to play the Northern Lights Festival with him. So Dad and I are doing some shows. I'm doing a few shows with the Emergency this summer. And other than that, I'm kind of puttering. Yeah.
And you're playing with your dad. Like, I think it's the coolest thing. I can't imagine how rewarding it must be for both of you, and how much fun it must be
It's
to play
great.
with you, to go on tour and stand on the big stages playing with your pop. Must be
It's
so
really
cool.
rewarding, and we're getting to spend lots of time together, which people sometimes go, how's that? I'm like, it's great. We get along well, and he's a great musician, so it's fun for me because just on a playing level, there's way more nuance when we're playing together. You know, there's a real acoustic guitar thing I learned from him as a kid. So
I was gonna say, like, one thing I hope this show does is kind of like reach people in other countries around the world who and try to like promote all the great Canadian music we have. So tell us about your dad when he was young. So his musical history.
my dad's
Was
from
he,
my dad's from England. He's from
Oh, here,
Dagenham.
make yourself at home.
Yeah, thank you. He's from the East End of London.
Did he have bands and stuff?
He played in a Cliff Richards and Cliff Richards and the Shadows cover band called Section 62. They did mostly Cliff Richards stuff, probably some other stuff, in 1962. They had a sponsorship from Kango berets, you know, so they all wore striped shirts and Kango berets. And he tells the story playing at the Hammersmith Palais or whatever.
Oh,
it was.
yeah.
And he played bass in the band, and plugging his bass straight into the floor, into the PA. You just go straight into the PA. Like I don't even know if he had an amplifier. It was just like into the floor of the Hammersmith Palais.
They had Jackson the floor.
But so he played in that, but he also got into like my grandfather. His dad played tenor banjo, and so Dad, I think, kind of would play traditional like skiffle stuff with people and things, you know, that kind of Lonnie Donegan and stuff like that. Then that led him into like English folk stuff, Burt Jansch, Richard Thompson, Eddie Graham, people like that. So when I got into Zeppelin, I started going through Dad's records and finding like Fairport Convention albums that Sandy Denny was the singer in, you know, because I loved like the Battle of Evermore off Led Zeppelin 4, and I was like, who's Sandy Denny? Oh, she was in Dad has a Fairport Convention record.
Now be thankful for good things below. Now be thankful to your Maker.
How about what does Joel do when it's not like outside of music? I know you're.
I'm not
probably-
great at that. I'm not great at outside of music because I've been playing music. But
do
no,
you do
I have my family.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're busy with the family.
Busy
now
with the
and stuff,
family,
so
and
yeah.
that's really important to me, and that's why I've kind of dialed this year back a little bit on a
Right.
performance level. I'm still writing. I've been doing a bit of producing for other people. I'm not really a hobby person exactly, you know.
You're not a model train guy.
Not a model train guy, no. I've gotten, you know, I like books.
The studio's running up.
Studio's
and
up and running. I got a great guy running the place. His name's Thomas.
Yeah.
So it operates on kind of like a commercial level. It's called the New Scotland Yard.
Yeah.
Thomas is running the place. I bring projects there. I just produced a record for Jimmy Rankin that's coming out in the fall. A record that just came out that I worked on with Dennis Ellsworth from Prince Edward Island. Really great writer.
Cool.
So I've been kind of working on stuff with people, and I'm loving the studio. But the summertime's not really the time to be in it, as you know. That's when everyone's
Well, I know you got to get to a workship.
We got to get to work.
Yeah, that we're playing together. And would you play us a song before you leave?
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Okay, what song is it?
I'm in this van. I have to sing a song of mine called "The North Star" about like my van rolling $500,000. So it's the one.
Joel Plaskett, The North Star.
Danny, thanks. It's getting warm, it's getting warmer, it's getting closer to the answer. I was working on my grammar, I was driving in my Chevy. It was fast, but not the fastest. I was listening to Cactus. Man, you really gotta practice if you wanna get that heavy. She was there on the highway, and her eyes said going my way. And I loved her in an instant, like a Turkish cymbal crashes. We got high, we got higher. Was it smoke or true desire? Did we start that forest fire as we flicked away the ashes? Headlights flash in the passing lane, trying to fill the tank with a little loose change. Staring at the sky, wondering where you are, the North Star. Old men dream of nights like these, pine trees swaying in the clear cool breeze, looking at your life from a moving car, the North Star. It got dark, it got darker. I got high on a permanent marker. Man, I felt like Peter Parker, and my spider sense was tingling. I fell apart at a party, drinking red wine and Bacardi. My constitution ain't that hardy, and I'm not much good at mingling. The wind blew, it was blowing. I said, baby, where we going? And a rooster started crowing, and the sun was coming up, and the dawn, it was brilliant. We were listening to Marillion. I said, rock and roll's resilient, and then I started throwing up. Good times flash in the memory lane, every second band's got an animal name. Loading at your gear from an empty bar, the North Star. Young men dream of nights like this, the glamour, whatever it is. Looking in the mirror, wondering who you are, the North Star. Me and her, we were meandering. I was spinning round her curves. I was blind, 'cause she was blinding while the mixtape was rewinding. I was busy stone cold rhyming, I was getting on her nerves. And then she spoke, she was speaking, said, I'm the someone you've been seeking. The odometer was freaking, we were driving in my Chevy. Half a million, we were listening to Neil Young. Man, you gotta shoot to kill him if you wanna get that heavy. I'm a rattle on like a tambourine, shimmy and shake till the red light scream. A lightning bolt from the sky could fly, I'm not gonna say goodbye. I'm a rattle on like a tambourine, shimmy and shake till this red van scream. A lightning bolt from the sky could fly, I'm not gonna say goodbye. Little song of the space van called the North Star. Dan Space Van, Dan Space Van, Dan Space Van, Dan Space Van.
That was awesome.
Cool, man.